fingers when you first wake up. It's the ache in your knees when you climb the stairs, or the persistent throb in your hips that you've started to accept as normal. You've been told it's just a part of getting older, something to be managed, not solved. But that feeling of being at war with your own body, that sense of being limited by a pain that feels both deep and constant, that is not normal. It is real. You are not imagining it, and it has a biological name: chronic inflammation. Before we begin, please remember that I am a health researcher and translator, not a medical doctor. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. Please consult your physician for any medical advice. Today, we're going to put the science back into your kitchen and find the clarity you deserve. The frustration with joint pain is that it's invisible. Your labs might come back normal, and your family tells you that you look fine, but you feel it. And that feeling is your body's most important form of communication. It is not a personal failure, it is a signal. It's an alarm bell, ringing from a highly intelligent system that is overburdened and calling for support. When we hear the word inflammation, we usually think of a sprained ankle. It gets red, hot, swollen, and then it heals. That is acute inflammation, and it's a brilliant, short-term healing response. Chronic inflammation is a different process entirely. This is what happens when that on switch for inflammation gets stuck. The alarm bells are ringing 24/7, but there is no acute injury to repair. Your immune system, in this state, remains in a low-grade panic. It's constantly sending out inflammatory signaling molecules, or cytokines, throughout your body. These signals are meant to be a call to action, but when they never stop, they begin to create irritation. And this irritation often settles in the joints, creating that systemic, aching, all-over feeling of pain and stiffness. This is not a random failure. Research points to this systemic imbalance being driven by a collection of root causes. It can be a high pathogen load that keeps the immune system on high alert. It can be a gut-brain axis disruption, where an imbalanced microbiome is sending a constant stream of inflammatory signals. Or it can be an overburdened liver that can no longer efficiently clear the byproducts of your metabolism, leading to a buildup of irritating compounds. Your joint pain isn't the primary problem. It is the evidence of one of these deeper systemic issues. To find real relief, we cannot just mask the pain. We must address the root cause, the chronic, systemic inflammation. We need to find a way to gently and biochemically turn down the volume on that constant inflammatory alarm. This is where the science of food becomes our most powerful tool. And for this specific job, we are turning to one of the most well-researched foods in the nutritional library: kale. Now, kale has been a superfood trend for years, but we are not here for trends. We are here for biochemistry. The power of kale and other cruciferous vegetables lies in a unique class of compounds that function as biological modulators. We are talking about glucosinolates. Glucosinolates themselves are just the starting material. They are stored inside the plant's cells. In a separate compartment, the plant stores an enzyme called myrosinase. When the plant is damaged, chewed, chopped, or, in our case, massaged, the cell walls break, the two compounds mix, and a powerful biochemical reaction begins. The myrosinase enzyme converts the glucosinolates into their active, healing forms, most notably a compound called sulforaphane. This is where the science becomes truly elegant. Sulforaphane is not like a standard antioxidant, like vitamin C, which directly neutralizes one free radical. Sulforaphane is what we call an indirect antioxidant, which is far more powerful. It works by communicating with your DNA. Inside your cells, you have a master regulator for inflammation and detoxification. It's a protein pathway called NRF2. You can think of NRF2 as the master switch for your body's entire internal antioxidant defense system. When this switch is off, your defenses are low. When it's on, it sends a signal to your genes to start producing a cascade of powerful protective enzymes. Sulforaphane is one of the most potent known activators of this NRF2 pathway. Soothe, D. Th. et al. 2018. Cellular and Molecular Life Sciences. When you consume it, it enters your cells and flips that NRF2 switch to on. This, in turn, tells your body to ramp up production of its own master antioxidant, glutathione, and a host of other enzymes that directly calm inflammation at its source and support the liver's detoxification pathways. I've linked this fascinating research for you in the description. This is a true root cause approach. Instead of just taking an anti-inflammatory, you are eating a food that tells your own body to create its own anti-inflammatory response. You are activating your body's innate healing intelligence. This is how we quiet the systemic fire that leads to aching joints. On top of this, kale is a rich source of vitamin K, which is essential for your bone matrix, and vitamin C, which is critical for collagen synthesis, both of which are vital for joint integrity. So, we have the why our joint pain is a signal of chronic inflammation, and we have the what the sulforaphane from kale activates our body's own internal defense switch. Now, we must have the how, because if you just eat kale without thinking, you will not get these benefits. Here is the problem. Kale is tough. Its fibers are famously difficult to digest, which can be a problem for a 45-plus audience. And more importantly, that magical enzyme, myrosinase, is very sensitive. If you overcook kale by boiling it, for example, you will destroy the enzyme completely. No enzyme, no sulforaphane, no benefit. We need a protocol that makes the kale digestible and maximizes the creation of sulforaphane. This is the Joint Soothe Salad protocol, and it is a perfect example of kitchen-based science. The key is not heat, it's maceration. That's a technical term for massaging. By massaging the raw kale with our hands, we are manually breaking down the tough cell walls. We are doing the chewing before we eat, initiating that reaction between the glucosinolates and the myrosinase. We are literally creating the sulforaphane in the bowl. Here is the protocol. First, start with 1 bunch of fresh kale, either lacinato or curly. Wash it well and remove the tough inner stems. Chop the leaves into thin, bite-sized ribbons. Second, place the chopped kale into a large bowl. Third, add 1 tablespoon of high-quality olive oil. This is our healthy fat, which helps make the vitamins bioavailable. Fourth, add 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. This acid begins to soften the fibers. Fifth, add a small pinch of sea salt. This acts as an abrasive. Now, the crucial scientific step. Roll up your sleeves and with clean hands, begin to massage the kale. Squeeze it, toss it, and rub the leaves together. You will do this for 2 to 3 minutes. You will feel the texture change. It will go from being stiff, dry, and crunchy to being soft, silky, and a vibrant dark green. You have just physically broken down the fibers, making it easy to digest, and you have fully activated the enzymes to create that powerful, joint-soothing sulforaphane. You can now use this as the base for any salad. It's delicious, it's digestible, and it is a potent anti-inflammatory tool. This is how you take back your agency. The clarity we've been looking for is this. Healing is not a passive act, but an active, daily practice. It is not found in a miracle pill, but in the understanding that you can use your own 2 hands in your own kitchen to transform a simple food into a powerful, biochemical signal of healing for your body.